Hi everyone, it's Paige from Giggly Squad telling you about the 20th Century Studios' The Devil Wears Prada 2, only in theaters this Friday. 20 years after the generation-defining classic, Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, and Stanley Tucci return to the healed streets of New York and the halls of Runway magazine in its next chapter. The industry has changed, scandal dominates, and power always comes at a price. Don't miss The Devil Wears Prada 2, only in theaters this Friday. Get tickets now.
Hi, it's Danny Pellegrino from Everything Iconic, and this episode is sponsored by State Farm. I wanted to share an iconic way you can save money. Just talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Do you keep hearing podcast ads, like this one, for example, but always wonder how you actually get involved with them for your own brand or organization? Well, it's easier than you think. We're Acast, and we give you the platform to do it all yourself. Browse thousands of popular podcasts, choose the shows that match your perfect audience, set your budget, and launch. And if you want a hand, our podcast specialists are there to help you launch with confidence. This is podcast advertising without barriers. Get started at acast.com/advertise.
What's up, gamers, and welcome to... Oh, no. Oh, God damn it. Zach. We record the Game of Thrones fan podcast on Thursdays. This is the wrong day.
What do you mean? I just watched a feature length featuring Sean Bean and, I don't know, that wolf guy.
Guy? Sean Bean is the wolf guy. He's the dad of the wolf family.
He's dead. He's like long dead, dude.
Spoilers.
He died like season 1.
Yeah, but so is Jon Snow.
Like
but then he came back for some unrelated, unknown reason. I don't actually remember why they brought him back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. I've never seen Game of Thrones.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm not going to start now like the last season bomb. Unless they redo the last season, which would be great if they could.
They might, but before then, we've got to watch Silent Hill Revelation.
What's that?
Oh my god, Zach, it's Oldie but a Goodie, a podcast where I chose a whole trilogy of films based on a video game franchise that I'm currently playing.
Oh, I see. I understand what's going on now. I got very confused because of the actors that were in this movie, but now I understand that we are a podcast talking about Silent Hill Revelations.
Yes, we review movies that are connected to last week's movie. I used the connection of Ghost Town to get between the first two Silent Hill films. 6 years later, it was stuck in development hell, and they finally made Silent Hill Revelation. My name's Sandro, your name is Zach.
I can see why it was stuck in hell. Much like the characters in this film. This movie was also stuck in hell.
It was stuck in hell. Wait, sorry, I should say Silent Hill Revelation 3D. Because this film was filmed in 3D, much to the dismay of literally everyone involved in the film. No one wanted it in 3D, but it was made in 3D.
That is unfortunate.
We will do spoiler-free and then spoiler opinions. But Zach, as someone who, we talked about it last week, I did not like the first movie, but you didn't mind it.
I was very, middle of the ground, and I gave it, a pity goodie because I knew it was going to go downhill from there, so... And, I think the special effects were pretty baller in that movie.
Yeah.
The story absolutely needed some work, and especially if you're a fan of the original games, but I hadn't played them, so I was like, this is just a movie. was a little rapey, but you know,
it's 2006 horror.
Yeah,
that's the best thing about this series is I have played the games. You don't know jack shit about them. So
yep, that's true.
Which
I don't know jack shit about most things. So you know,
I don't know. You know jack shit about Jack,
Game of
that
Thrones.
friend of yours. Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, and Game of Thrones as well. But what was I saying? Yeah, I think the first movie, the director was pretty good, but I fucking hate the script. It was terrible. The writing was awful, and I don't know why they did that to the story. It was quite bad. But this movie, though, Silent Hill Revelation. So basically what happened was the director was working on something else, and the writer got arrested. So this is instead made by someone called MJ Bassett. She has directed episodes of Ash vs. Evil Dead, which is a fucking hell yeah. She also made the most recent Red Sonja movie, which I want to watch. But
okay.
So pretty cool. She wrote and directed this, and the whole time was like, I wanted to do my own thing, but I couldn't. So anyway,
that's really bad when the director doesn't want to do the source material, full stop, but then also is like, but they're forcing her.
Yeah.
That's just going to make it even worse. Like, either do your own thing that isn't the source material, which does suck, but like, you might get a better movie out of it at least, or go on the source material.
I think this one was hard because she didn't want to be in 3D. She also had to make it so this is based off Silent Hill 3, the game, which I just finished last night. So Silent Hill 3 is a sequel to the original Silent Hill. Silent Hill 2 is unrelated, but 3 is a sequel to 1. But the problem is, they changed the story so much in movie 1 that you cannot adapt Silent Hill 3 at that point. So her job of making this an adaptation of the sequel game and then also a sequel to the movie, I do not envy her job at all.
That sounds awful.
Because they fucked the first movie so much that you cannot do what the third game does. So anyway, all that being said, I'm trying not to say my opinions on this movie before you do. Zach, what did you think of Silent Hill Revelation 3D?
Well, I don't know about you, but I didn't exactly watch it in 3D.
No. Well, we can't, because we don't have the glasses. Yeah.
I think that definitely was the main problem, was that it wasn't in 3D. And I'm sure if it was in 3D, it might have been a good movie. But I didn't watch it in 3D, so this movie sucked. This is bad.
Wow.
This movie blows.
Wow. Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I like the first one a lot more for the effects, and this one still had good effects, but like,
yep,
they were like just slightly worse in every way.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's fair.
And it wasn't in Silent Hill for most of it. I don't know if that but I guess that wasn't the point. But then none of the characters. I don't know. I didn't like it.
Wow. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Look, I don't disagree in terms of the visuals. I think outside of the practical, like, monsters, the CGI in this did look not as good. But I thought the gore was good, though. So, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just really annoyed with the characters for most of this. I feel like the characters were kind of meh.
Interesting.
Which sucks, because they have such good actors.
Yeah, definitely.
And stuff. But I don't know. What's his face? The actor from Game of Thrones.
Jon Snow? Kit Harrington. Yeah, Kit Harrington.
Yeah, Kit Harrington is like in this movie, but his whole character arc is like, it feels fast forwarded the whole time.
I think so this is a 90-minute film, which means that they had to have cut out at least half an hour. There's no way this was meant to be this long.
And it suffered so badly for it. And I just couldn't get away from the fact that it felt really rushed the whole time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's me. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling this movie throughout. Yeah. It didn't entice me at any point. I did like a lot of things in it, but I feel like it was slightly worse than last week's. I don't know. I liked last week's, and if you haven't watched it, check it out.
Yeah.
The episode, not the movie. The movie was bad. I liked last week's effects, the story.
Yeah.
seemed more coherent.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know. I'm not huge on this one.
Wow.
Sandro?
Yep.
You're being very elusive with your opinions, and I really want to know what you think, because I think you might be about to say that this is good, and this would be a twist for me.
So I just want to say, first of all, I know that a lot of people really like the first movie, and I'm going to say I'm not telling you that you're wrong. And that the one everyone hates is better than the first one. I think this is a good movie. I actually genuinely actually enjoyed this film because it is better story-wise, I feel. The first film fucks everything, and then this movie semi-fixes everything. I also feel like it's written by someone who wants to make a Silent Hill movie, whereas the first one was written by someone who thought they knew better and then got arrested for vehicular manslaughter. I agree. I think the visuals aren't as good. I think that they're still good. They're still good visuals, but I think if you had the director of one and then the writer of this, if she maybe took a backseat on directing but just wrote it, then I think the first movie would have been good, because the attention to detail for like Easter eggs from the game, and I'm not saying that I love when there's a thing from a game that I like and I'm like, my brain lights up. I think that's important in this sort of series. Definitely. I just think this makes more sense. And again, as I said at the start of the episode, this film was set up to fail immediately, because you've got to adapt a game that's a sequel to another game that they already adapted but poorly and changed everything. So, well, here's the problem, and my counterpoint to that is I had a hard time following what was going on. Because they retconned literally everything? Yes, and I was very confused, and I was trying to figure out if it's the same cult of people and just different actors, or is it like a different cult? Yeah. And I know you mentioned the god, and it's like, okay, they're trying to bring the god back. And I was trying to figure out, was that in the first one? No. Were they a cult? That's in the first game, but they took it out of the movie. But they put it back in this one. This one. Yeah, they retconned why the first one happened, which I think that, like me telling you what the plot of the first game was last week probably helped you a little bit with this movie. Yeah, but I was still really confused as to what was going on. Yeah. So maybe if I had played the game, that might have helped this film a lot. Yeah. But I haven't. And so I was very confused. To be honest, Silent Hill 3... So I just finished playing that last night. It took me a week to get through. Honestly, it's my least favorite of the games I've played so far. And I think that might be why I enjoyed this movie more, because I was less... I think the Silent Hill 3 is fun, but it's, half of it takes place not in Silent Hill, and then the part that does take place in Silent Hill is just kind of rehashing the other two games. It's still fun, and the main character of Heather is a good fun time. She is very quippy in the game. She's got a bit of a Leon Kennedy energy from Resident Evil. She's like, she does throw out a quip or two in this. She does, but it's quippy. Very weird. It's weird in this because most of the time she's playing like a scared little girl, though. Yeah. So it's weird. It's a weird contrast where she's like, half the time she's playing scared little girl, and then the other half it's like, suck on this, evil bastard. I was like, what? Where did that come from? Yeah, she's more Ash Williams in the game because I think, because of the lore. And I also don't think that you could make a serious action horror film that people would enjoy if the main character the whole time was being like, Pyramid Head, more like Pyramid Dead or some shit like that. That sounds awesome. I mean? That sounds great, Sandro. I don't know what you're fucking talking about. That sounds awesome, dude. Actually, I would watch the hell out of that if it was, a more accurate. But, Well, there's a part right at the end of Silent Hill 3 when you kill the bad guy. She's like, well, roll the fucking credits or something like that. It's so funny. It's very funny. No, I'm going to say it right now. If she was, like, not that scared and everyone around her is scared and she's just doing quips and stuff, I think this film would have been way more enjoyable for me. That's fair. I think the fact that she's like, what's going on? I'm so scared. Like, half the time it's like, I don't,
it's the same as the first one, you know, with the main lead is like running around. But in that one, like, yeah, no, it's kind of the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some bits of the first one. We'll talk about. I'm glad you enjoyed it though.
Yeah.
I am glad you enjoyed it though. I think that's good.
I do still have issues with the movie. I don't think it's
Oh, of course.
Like, it's not great, but I enjoyed it.
I think it's how I felt about the first one is how you feel about this one. And vice versa is how I feel about the first one. This one is how you felt about the first one.
I think it's interesting because it's like, for the first one, I was like, why are they doing that? Whereas in this one, I'm like, oh, they're fixing that thing. Or
that's very funny.
Pyramid Head being in this still doesn't make any sense because he should only be in 2. But it makes sense what he's doing in this one, mostly. Aside from one thing he's doing.
It's so funny because it's like, I understood the first movie. It's like, okay, I understand what's going on. Whereas in this one, I have no idea what's going on. And I was literally like, what is Pyramid Head doing in this one? I don't understand.
Yeah.
That's so funny. It's completely flipped.
That is hilarious.
Hilarious. I can't wait to get into talking about it so you could explain why I'm wrong.
It's not. I don't think you're wrong because this movie has 8% on Rotten Tomatoes and pretty much everyone hates it. So.
Sandro, you played the game, so you must be correct, and I am wrong.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm wrong about the first one.
The thing is, though, Silent Hill fans, and I use that term loosely, they like the first movie, and they hate the second movie, but I genuinely don't think any of them have played the games. I don't think Silent Hill fans, unless you're, like, over the age of maybe, like, I don't know, unless you're like our age or slightly older, I don't think they've gone back, done what I have done, emulated a PlayStation so that you can play the original game. I don't think they've done that. So I think I don't know
You mean you went out and bought a PlayStation to play this and bought the games at full price?
Yes. I installed a PlayStation emulator on my PC and then legally acquired the correct key to use a PlayStation and plug that into my computer.
I don't know if emulators are good either, bro. I think you're under arrest. I think this is over. I think the podcast is done. You emulated a game from the fucking 90s. It's done.
Oh no.
The Nintendo police are gonna rock up.
Nintendo
with the Pinkertons. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Silent Hill fans are a bit weird. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think a lot of the people who enjoyed the first one weren't, like, from the reviews I read, I think the people who enjoyed it weren't Silent Hill fans.
Yeah.
Was my impression.
Just people who like the movie and not the game. Which I'm like, if you like the movie and not the game, if you haven't played the game and you just watched the movie, it makes sense to me that you wouldn't mind the movie. Like, it does make sense. I'm trying to think of other video game adaptations that are like that. You probably like the Resident Evil movies if you haven't played the games. If you played the games, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway, are you going to give this an Oldie or a Goodie?
I'm going to give it an Oldie.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I gave the first one a Goodie because I suspected I was going to give this one an Oldie and possibly the next one an Oldie. So I was like, I'll be generous. I'll give this one a Goodie. And then this one, it's not bad, but I like the first one more.
That's fair.
I definitely think the rapey bits of the first one are bad.
Oh, yeah.
And that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel bad watching that one. And it makes me feel bad giving it a Goodie.
Yeah.
But like, this one, I don't know. I was just very confused, and I was trying to follow along the plot, and I was struggling.
That's fair. Is it because every second scene is, well, in the first movie, we thought this, but actually now we think it means this, and actually it's this all along, and actually this. I will say the dialogue in this movie is clunky, but I think I found it funny, so I didn't mind it.
I found it clunky and I hated it. And it was really making me mad because I don't understand what's going on. I think if you understand what's supposed to be going on, the dialogue's a lot better for you because you already understand. Whereas I'm trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, and this clunky ass dialogue isn't helping me, and I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Very excited. I want you to, when we get into spoilers, I want you to explain what you think is going on before I tell you what's actually going on. Because, like, the Silent Hill games don't make much sense anyway, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, at the best of times. So because I'm a big dum-dum, I'm going to give it an oldie.
An oldie. That's fair. We've completely split then because I'm going to give this a goodie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this one. Also, I think, baby,
Nice.
we just reviewed X-Men Dark Phoenix. It's out on Patreon. Go review it. Because we just watched that, I think also I'm more positive to other films.
Yeah, that's funny. You've been influenced by Dark Phoenix to give this a goodie. I've been influenced by Dark Phoenix to give this an oldie, I think. I think it put me in a pessimistic mood about movies. And so when I watched this, I was like, old cinema is bad. And I hate everything.
Yeah.
This sucks.
No, 100% understand that. Definitely. Yeah. Okay.
That's so funny. I'm glad you gave this a goodie, though. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed
That's
it.
great.
Okay, here we go. 2 taglines. Thumb up or thumb down.
All right.
This Halloween, get ready for a thrill ride through hell.
Oh, you know what? Not bad.
Yeah.
I'll give it a thumbs up. A little wordy.
Yeah.
But I actually, it's gone through hell and it's a fun ride. There's a little theme park, imagery in this. I like
Definitely. Yeah. All right. And then the final one. This Halloween, prepare for a 3D ride through hell.
that. Thumbs down immediately.
Immediately don't want to watch it, actually.
3D. Actually, they said 3D. I'm not watching
3D.
this.
I will say the 3D in this, there's a lot of Pyramid Head chops off an arm and it flies at you. There's some of that. They don't use it that much, which I think was okay. Compared to certain, I don't know, Saw 3D films that are out there. So this is a little better.
I don't know. There's definitely, they do close-ups of the monsters constantly.
Oh, yeah, true.
And I was trying to figure out, why they were doing that. I thought it was just, a aesthetic thing. But, thinking about it, I'm like, oh, no, that would have been a 3D moment, right?
Yeah.
Where it's in your face sort of thing.
I'm so glad that the 3D thing's dead. And no one anyone making movies is doing 3D anymore. No one at all is making, I don't know, blue people be 3D for some reason. You know, no one's doing that. It's good. I'm glad.
Sandro, stop hating on the Smurf series. I told you, it's not for you. It's meant for kids, and kids like 3D or something. I don't know.
I don't know. It still frightens me whenever Papa Smurf pops out of the screen to try and kiss me. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, Papa Smurf, you weirdo.
Yeah. Anyway, Avatar's pretty good, though.
Hi everyone, it's Paige from Giggly Squad telling you about the 20th Century Studios' The Devil Wears Prada 2, only in theaters this Friday. 20 years after the generation-defining classic, Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, and Stanley Tucci return to the healed streets of New York and the halls of Runway magazine in its next chapter. The industry has changed, scandal dominates, and power always comes at a price. Don't miss The Devil Wears Prada 2, only in theaters this Friday. Get tickets now.
Hi, it's Danny Pellegrino from Everything Iconic, and this episode is sponsored by State Farm. I wanted to share an iconic way you can save money. Just talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Well, howdy there, listener. My name's Sally McSeller. I'm an American, and do you ever sometimes feel like you're doing the same things over and over and over and over again? Like you're recording the same promo over again? Or maybe like you're Sandro and Zach and you're reviewing the same X-Men movie over again. They reviewed X-Men The Last Stand last year, and now they're reviewing X-Men Dark Phoenix. It's the same movie. Here's a clip. It's so weird as well, because I think that, yes, they get it more comic accurate than Last Stand, but I hate to say this, Last Stand is just a better movie.
It is!
It's just better.
It is! Because the problem with The Last Stand is it had too much going on.
Yes.
The problem with this movie is it doesn't have anything going on.
This movie is like watching 10 people being forced to do a play, and they all fucking hate everything. They hate the script. They hate being here. And they're all like, I'm so fucking done. Even the new people, even the brand new people just joining this one are like, oh man, I don't want to be here. Well, that sounds like a mighty fine episode. You can go get it right now. Patreon.com/Oldie by the Goodie Pod, where you can also get the entire X-Men bonus episode series. That's like 12 episodes, approximately. They're finishing it next month, which is very exciting. It's finally going to be over. Until they bring back all the X-Men for big old cameos and Avengers, and then they're like, here's Dark Phoenix again! And we're like, oh man, that story's done. Stop doing it. Can we stop doing the Dark Phoenix storyline, please? I'm an American. Yeehaw! Patreon.com/Oldie by the Goodie Pod.
So, we want to get into some spoilers?
Let's do spoiler warning. Silent Hill Revelation, spoiler warning. They have revelations.
Yes, spoilers. Pyramid Head isn't as jacked, and I feel like that's a problem in this.
I agree. I think maybe they recast him. Actually, it doesn't look like they did. Let me double check. But I agree. Visuals...
they didn't give him enough CGI muscles, I think, is the problem. The budget really should have been focused on that, I think.
It's the same guy. It's the same guy as Pyramid Head from the first one, but I think he's shirtless for a lot of this as well. Which makes me think that he should be hotter than he is. But he's less hot than the first one. Yeah, definitely.
He was still pretty hot, and I could tell you that the reviews were still horny for him in this one.
Good, as they should be.
Yeah, most of the positive reviews I saw were just because they wanted to bang Pyramid Head.
Fair.
Which is fair enough. So at least that's consistent throughout the franchise. Okay, so in this movie, we have the girl from the first one.
Yes.
She's grown up a bit.
Yep.
She's got nightmares. We see a flashback later as to how she got there was her mum found a seal, and the seal was able to send her out of the Silent Hill dimension into the real dimension so she can hang out with the dad, but also she has memory loss. Which may or may not be a thing to just try and retcon the first movie.
Oh, it's 100% just to retcon the first movie. The first movie ends in a way where you absolutely cannot adapt any of the other games.
Okay.
But the seal of, I call it the seal of Megatron. It is the seal of Metatron.
It's the seal of Megatron.
But I call it the seal of Megatron.
Make the Megatron joke.
That is a thing in the game that's also used.
Yeah, I figured.
I don't really know what it's used for in the game, even though I've used it multiple times. It's just a magic thing. Her finding that and sending Sharon out into the real world makes sense. Her being trapped in Silent Hill makes sense. I liked, though, how I don't know why she has memory loss, but I do like how she thinks that her mum crashed the car and died and she survived. Because in Silent Hill, in the first two games, you can 100% be like, the main character is dead, and this is them processing in limbo all of their trauma and stuff. Specifically the first one. The main character crashes his car, then all the game happens, and you could 100% be like, he died.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Or, and
now he's in limbo.
Yeah, exactly. Like, or it's him being like, actually, I am going to live. And then he wakes up in the car after the game and being like, damn, that was weird.
Because, that happens in last movie. Yeah. The last movie we watched as well is there's a car crash and she could have just been dead.
Yeah.
And this whole movie could just be continuing on from that car crash that happened. Okay, yeah.
I liked all of that. What I also liked was, so she's out of Silent Hill now. She's out of the foggy limbo world.
I was just going to explain what I thought, how the plot went,
Yeah, definitely.
So you could correct me. I'll just go quickly through the rest of it, of what I think happened, okay?
One quick thing, though. One quick thing. It doesn't make sense why she has amnesia in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
In the game, it's because she's reborn at the end. So she's a baby at the end, and then she's grown up, and her dad doesn't tell her anything.
Oh.
In this, they just wanted to give her amnesia. I don't know why it doesn't... Whatever. Also, why isn't she possessed by the dark by Alessa? Because she was at the end of the first movie.
Well, I don't know if she was in the first movie.
Anyway...
I think it's ambiguous as to whether or not the child is possessed or not.
Yeah. Anyway, back to you.
So where was I? Oh, yeah. They're moving around. She's getting dreams of Silent Hill again. But this time, instead of being like, you should come home, the dreams are, you should fuck off.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Well, I'm just going to point it out. It's like reverse psychology almost. Is like, whatever you do, don't come over to this place called Silent Hill. That would be a shame if you... No, I'm not saying that's what they're trying to do. I'm just saying that's absolutely the effect that's going to happen if you give someone dreams of like, just don't send the dreams. Just be like, if I'm getting dreams of a place that's telling me not to go to a place, there's two options, right? I'm going to consider either one, not going to that place, or two, going to that place, right?
Totally. Also,
yeah,
she's getting dreams because the evil part of her, so Alessa,
yes,
which is her evil half or whatever. If you don't understand, just go listen to the first episode. Is like, I guess they're drawn together no matter where they are. So she's having dreams and neither of them can control it because they're, meant to be one person. So I guess that's maybe why she's having the dream.
It's a bit confusing. It's a bit confusing. So yeah, she's got some dreams.
Yeah.
I'll just go quickly run through the plot. And then we have people showing up who are like coming after them, including some detective guy. And so she's freaking out. She's also having trouble at school because, of course, that has to be in the movie.
God, yeah, for real. Ugh.
Then shit starts hitting the fan, and her dad gets kidnapped by a cult. And this cult is the same as the first one, but not at all. And
so at the end of the first movie...
Nope.
Okay.
I'm going to keep going. And then so she has to go to Silent Hill to get her dad back.
Yeah.
Even though everyone's telling her what a shit idea that is. And then her friend, who she's known for about 5 minutes, is
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow is her best friend in the world that they've known for 5 minutes.
Because they cut out half an hour of the film.
Actually, I betrayed you, kind of. And she's like, how could you do this? And then she's running around for a bit away from monsters and starts killing some people. Grandpa, kill the grandpa, get the seal. Get the seal. Give the seal to the cult leader. That somehow goes wrong for the cult leader.
Yeah.
And then Pyramid Head saves the day.
Classic.
And then we leave. That's the movie.
That's a pretty poor, but also accurate if you don't know what's going on version of the plot.
Well, that's mostly the overview. I had to cut some parts out to try and be quick, but that's my overview of what happened in the film.
So,
and that's how I feel what happened in the film.
You were spot on with how they retconned the ending of one and the start of this. You were spot on with that.
Yeah.
I like how... So they've changed their names. They've gone under aliases because the cult is still coming after them. And I like how they've changed their names to their names from the games now because their names were not accurate. Their names were funny. Not accurate in the first movie. But then in this one, it's Harry Mason is Sean Bean, which is his name in the first game. And then Heather Mason is her name, which is her name in the third game.
I think that's pretty clever.
Yeah, I agree. She's called Heather Mason in the game, though, because Cheryl and Alessa merge in game one, and then the demon, and they kill the demon, and then there's a baby. And the baby is a different person, so the baby is Heather. Whereas in this, it's an alias or whatever, so whatever, it's fine.
Right, yeah. So you could... Extrapolating from that...
Yeah.
You could extrapolate that they have merged... in this, right?
Yeah.
But I think for the sake of the movie, I don't think they have merged at this point, which is what's confused you there.
It was a little confusing for a while, but I eventually was like, oh, okay, they haven't merged. And that's a change that honestly I think, because the Silent Hill 3, the story of 3, not a lot happens. And I think adding in the fact that they merge in this story, I really like that for her character. I think it works really well. And I kind of don't mind her journey in this. Did you like the actor? Adelaide Clemens.
I didn't mind the actress. I just feel, she was doing the best with what she was given.
Yeah.
Which is always what actors do.
Yeah.
And, we don't have to, well, not always, but, I didn't mind her. I think, it was a weird contrast when she went from, oh, what's going on? I don't understand. Oh, man, I'm so scared sort of thing to be like quip, kill a granddad, bang. Like, what? That was a bit weird.
Yeah.
I feel like the young actress of the first one did a really good job. And so she kind of did about the same as the young actress. I think her as the evil was actually kind of worse than the first one. Her evil persona.
I agree.
I just did not find very intimidating.
She's just in goth makeup. She doesn't look like demonic in this, really.
Yeah, it was just kind of funny.
Yeah.
So that was a bit on the weak side, but other than that, I thought she did all right.
Yeah, I like as well how the actor is Australian. She's from Queensland, and the actor who plays her mum also Australian. So I like that they kept that. That's fun. But yeah, she's hanging out with her dad. Oh, I like her dad tears out. So she has a dream journal and she keeps writing Silent Hill in the dream journal, and her dad tears it out and puts it into a box with the seal of Megatron or whatever. But she knows that he's doing that, it seems. Because she's like, oh, we got to go get the box with all of my journal pages in it. And I'm like, oh, so she knows that he's doing that. I found that weird. I was like, what?
I mean, well, like, if you're writing a diary and then pages go missing and there's only one other person in the house, you're going to know what's fucking happening, right?
That's true.
You're not an idiot. But, like, maybe she's like, yeah, I mean, I do write about demonic things. Maybe he's just trying to help. Like, maybe I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
The dad's just trying to help.
But let's talk about the cult, though. The cult's coming after her.
Okay.
Because they need... So the cult need her to... Because Alessa can't die unless all of Alessa dies, and she's half of Alessa.
Oh, okay.
So the cult need to kill both of them so that they can escape Silent Hill forever. However, I thought they all died already. So I don't know why they're still around. Unless the first movie is just Alessa taking control of all of Silent Hill because she doesn't have control of the church in the first movie.
Yeah.
Is that what's going on? It's very confusing.
You're asking me, man? You're asking me? You're the guy with the game knowledge, bro.
Because as soon as they showed up, I'm like, but they're all dead. But I guess they're all already dead. So maybe they just keep getting killed over and over again in this limbo hell.
It's possible that they're getting repeatedly killed. I thought it was like they were different from the first group.
Yeah.
They were different, like there was this cult that was also trapped there, and they're ones that didn't get killed. Right? That was what I thought originally. But then the cult leader, because it's a different actress, I wasn't sure, is it meant to be the same from the first one?
No.
But she gets killed, so it can't be.
So it's Claudia, who is in the third game. She is the sister of the bad guy in the first movie, and also the sister of Dahlia, which is Alyssa's mum.
Gotcha.
Wait. So it's retconned that she's in this, but it's more accurate, but also, I guess she just wasn't, or maybe she was in a different church. Maybe she just wasn't around in the first one. I don't know.
Like, the first one happens pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It's quite possible that she was just in another sanctuary at the time,
Maybe,
right?
yeah.
We don't know. Like, the movie doesn't explain it or anything. But I could extend my disbelief that there wasn't just this one little church of people in this world. Like, there could be other sanctuaries out there, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Like, it's possible that this cultist is, like, one that, like, deliberately put themselves in limbo.
Oh, maybe. That's true.
Like, to try and get close to the demon spirits and all that sort of thing.
Okay, that's another thing I want to talk about. So, in Silent Hill 1, the movie, they killed Alessa because she was born out of wedlock, assaulted by someone at the school, and they're like, you are a witch! So they burned her. In this, they retcon that.
Yeah.
They retcon it so that they burned her to cleanse her so that she could be the god that brings the great life to the world.
Which was confusing.
That is game accurate, but not previous movie accurate, so I don't know what's going on here. It's a little weird.
Yep, it's a bit confusing.
Were you like, wait, hang on. I had to watch that scene twice when they gave that exposition because I was like, wait, what? Hang on. So you're doing both?
I was confused, but I was really glad that it kept bringing up what happened in the previous movie repeatedly, which I already knew, but then was also changing things, so it was really confusing for me. I think that was a good feature of this film.
I can't tell if you're being ironic or not. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or...
so batshit, I don't know what the fuck's going on, so what the fuck is going on in this fucking movie, Sandro? What do you fucking mean?
Well, they burned her because she was a witch, but also because they want to do witchcraft. It makes complete sense, Zach.
Well, that's the thing. Is like that bit I kind of understand. Is like, okay, they're burning this girl because she's a witch, but also they're trying to summon a demon or something, right?
Yeah.
I can make sense of, right?
Well, they're trying to summon their god, and they think that their god is not witchcraft, I guess.
Yeah, that bit is clear. Well, you know, witches and demons don't necessarily have to go hand in hand. They could be against each other, right?
Sure.
Like, I feel that, you know. Especially if you have, like, witches that are, like, stopping people from summoning demons, you know? Like, there's something there.
I feel like burning witches is misogyny, and so they're just misogynistic cultists who want to bring in a demon, but they're also misogynistic and want to kill witches.
Okay.
Because they're like, you're a witch born out of wedlock, we'll burn you. Oh my god, how dare you talk back to the men, we'll burn you. You know what I mean?
And you're giving
but
us
they're also Satanists who want to bring back their demon god.
Yes. Okay.
So they're both. But ignore the part where they're quoting scripture for all of the first movie. Ignore the part where they seem to all follow the Bible in the first movie. Just ignore that part. Ignore that part.
So, Sandro, are you saying that demon cultists are bad people?
Mostly, probably. If they're doing stuff like this, yeah, I reckon.
Whoa! You can't just generalize like that, Sandro. Not all Satanists are misogynistic witch burners. What the fuck, Sandro? You can't say that.
Just gonna hide
You're gonna be cancelled on Blue Sky? I don't know.
I don't think you can be cancelled on Blue Sky.
What's you're gonna be cancelled on Truth Social.
Oh, that's fine. Actually, I'm happy with that. I'm happy. I'm happy to be cancelled there. Hell yeah. Just gonna hide my copy of the Satanic Bible. Just give me a second. Just gonna hide that. Put that over there.
Yeah.
Anyway, is there any other law to? Oh,
I'm sure we'll get there.
I liked how. I don't even know what to call her, because she's not Cheryl.
Mm-hmm.
She is called Heather, but she isn't called Heather for most of this movie. She's called Sharon, but she also is... I'm going to call her Heather, the main character. I'm going to call her Heather for this film, even though she's got like 5 names.
Yep, Heather. No. Pick the one that's accurate to the game.
Heather,
right?
then. Well, then it would be... Actually, no, it's Heather. Okay, so Heather... Heather...
Fuck me. When you're even confused, like, how am I supposed to fucking follow along?
So Heather thinks that they're on the run from the cops and changing their names because her dad, Sean Bean, killed a guy.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Which is him killing a cultist who was trying to take Heather back to Silent Hill. But so she thinks they're on the run because he's a murderer, and she's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so they're on the run because she thinks he killed some random thief because it was a guy who broke into their house, but it was actually a cultist trying to bring back Heather, so that they could do their cult thing. Which is fair enough. Yep. I think that makes sense,
I think, as well, it didn't make any sense that people from the cult were showing up in the regular world because they're stuck in Silent Hill. But they gave the law that they put the seal of Megatron on their bodies. They brand themselves, and then they're able to cross over, which that's sure.
Yeah.
Then brand all of them so they can all escape. I don't know.
Well, it's only for a limited time.
Oh, fair. I think I missed that bit of dialogue.
They say that. Yeah. They say that in the movie. It's like
right.
It's the reason they're like so desperate to get her back in or something. It's like only for a limited time.
Yeah.
But it's the one thing I take actually issue with, because I wish they had taken more time to try and like bring her. I think because my main problem with the side character Jon Snow over here is that like their like friendship blossoms way too quickly, and it's a thing that happens in movies. It's like it doesn't feel like there was enough time to develop a friendship.
Yeah,
you know, it was like, hey, we're new kids. Hey, we should hang out. Hey, you're my best friend in the whole world. I was like, what? Whoa, what?
She's a little apprehensive towards him for maybe like 10 minutes.
Well, exactly. But then a switch flips and suddenly they're best pals, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't feel like we had enough time to build that friendship.
That's fair.
You know, sure, adversity, you know, we faced it together and now we're friends sort of thing. That could happen.
Yeah.
You know, I just feel like, you know, there wasn't enough time.
That's fair. I also think as well, I do want to talk about Kit Harrington for a bit, because one, his American accent's fucking hilarious, but also, I just don't think they had much chemistry in there. They do try and make him a love interest. I don't think that works. I think they should have, well, they kissed at one point.
Oh, right, yeah.
I think they should have just been friends. Just keep them as friends. I didn't see any...
Seeing as I didn't really pick up on that, even after they kissed, because, yeah, they did kiss.
Yeah.
I did not figure them as lovers.
I also like how, like... So his character in the game is the bad guy. In the game, there's this random guy called Vincent who keeps showing up and telling you to go places. And you're like... weird, but okay. And then at the end, it's revealed that he's, like, trying to get you to kill off all of the cult members because he's the leader of the cult, but he just wants to use the cult for money or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, he's a bad guy in the game. I genuinely like how they changed his character to being the son of Claudia, and he's been sent to take her back, and then he's like, oh, actually... you're actually a nice person, and I was taught this whole time that you sucked. So...
And I can sympathize with that.
Yeah.
I think it's a good story. Like, I just think it was really shit in this movie.
It's like rushed. It's very rushed. Yeah,
exactly. And I did not like it.
That's fair.
I didn't like that because it was super rushed and it didn't feel very organic. And so I thought it's like, yeah, that makes sense. But it would have made more sense if he had been like trying to. Because there's this whole thing where he's, like, betrayed her, right?
Yeah.
It happens in the movie. But because we've only just met, it's like, how can someone betray you if you barely even know them, right? And, you know, I like the idea of the plot line, but the actual execution was garbage in this movie, and I did not really like it.
That's very fair. Okay, Sean Bean. Did you like him in this?
He did something in this film, at least.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Did things in this film.
Yeah.
Like, in the last film, he was just barely there, right?
Yeah.
Like, so he's in this film, at least.
Yeah.
And he has plot points. Is there? I don't know. He still didn't do much in this film.
No, he's still in there for me. He's in it more than so Carrie-Anne Moss plays Claudia, the leader of the Order or something. She's from The Matrix and stuff. She's in this less than him.
Yes, which is funny.
And I think that's funny because she's maybe a bigger name than him. Oh, actually, he would have just come off Game of Thrones at this point. So I think he's back in the spotlight. I don't know. It's just funny that all of the big name actors are in this for like 2 scenes. I think it's hilarious. I love it.
I thought it was like, because it's funny because he gets more plot like importance in this, but the plot point is he gets captured.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the reverse of last time where he's like not involved at all. It's like he is involved, but this time he's being captured. So he's just kind of he's the Princess Peach, you know?
He is the Princess Peach.
And she's the Mario just trying to rescue him, which is quite funny.
Yeah. I actually agree with that.
I did like when he got stabbed at the start of the movie. That was funny.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah,
was
like
that
Pyramid
the
Head
fake out
just-
jump scare thing they had at the start, where she wakes up
in
from the dream
sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was quite funny. I was like, "Hey, Shelby dies!"
Hey.
Haha.
Oh, I love that part because the game opens up with a dream sequence in the amusement park, and you're meant to like walk around for a bit, interact with a bunch of monsters, see a bunch of clues to what's coming up in the game. But I died like immediately accidentally by walking off a cliff because it's tank controls, and then I woke up from the dream, so I didn't actually watch like what that sequence was meant to be. So I feel like I got a pretty good understanding in this movie. Not at all, because it's entirely different. But you know what?
Did you not go back and try and play some of that, or you just?
I didn't know that I missed it until
me.
like halfway through the game, so it would have been.
That's
it would have taken too long to go
funny. That's so funny. You should go back now and see if you can.
You know what?
Find
Maybe I'll go back in New Game Plus, where I have an alien beam that I can shoot people with.
Ooh.
Yeah, the games are memes. Pretty fun stuff. But I liked the opening though in the theme park, and I like as well, especially how the mascot for the amusement park is a bunny, and that bunny is a killer skin in Dead by Daylight. So it's pretty fun seeing it in the movie. Pretty fun seeing it in the movie.
Yeah, the theme park thing was weird because it didn't really come back.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't important.
Well,
like, because here's the thing, they keep coming back to this theme park, right?
Yeah.
And they're doing all these things in this theme park, and I'm like, whoa, something important to do with this theme park, right? I'm like, why is this theme park important? And it's just kind of the setting.
Yeah. The cult underneath the theme park. You gotta go underneath the theme park. That's where the cult is.
And I was like, yeah, but why the theme park?
That's for the theme park's a big part of the games, so I think that's why.
Yeah, sure, that's great. I'm watching the movie. I just want to know why.
No,
just
but
like
Zach,
2 seconds.
It's a thing from the game that.
Oh,
that's why it's here, because it's from the game, and so when thing from game, thing in movie, and thing in movie, thing from game, make fan go. I remember that.
This is why you hated Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah,
and you're using it now in the opposite way to be like, I like this film. So I think you're a hypocrite.
Look. I don't have anything to fight back. I liked this as much as Deadpool Wolverine. Yeah, both films I think are okay.
Okay. All right. So you rate Deadpool Wolverine a goodie. Got it.
Yeah, I think I'd still give it a goodie, even though I don't think it's as good as the other two, and also Ryan Reynolds has ruined the character of Deadpool. But...
very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. You know what? Fair enough. Carry on, Sandro. I have no criticisms for your opinions.
Because they go to... So she's like, I gotta go save my dad. He's been kidnapped by the cult. And they go to Jack's Inn from the game. Room 106, the room from the game. In the room, there's a red slipper. That's from the game. And the whole time I'm like, the person who made this has actually watched the game. But also the whole time I'm like, I feel dumb for liking this because it's just random references from the game.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm watching it like, okay, all right, what's happening? Why is the next scene not going? Let's hurry up.
We have to, of course, mention, though, before we get to the town, the random detective guy.
The random detective guy, who I'm sure is important, but he shows up and he's stalking her, so she's like, oh my god, this is random dude, he keeps following me, and he's like, I'm a private detective. I'm here to help you because I was hired by some people, but now I figured out those people are evil. And she's like,
yeah,
fuck off, you crazy person. Get away from me, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense. She's like, oh my god, you're here because of the murder that my dad told me about. So I gotta get away from you. And he's like, no, I'm here to help you. That's why I'm following you and chasing after you. It's like, dude, you could have approached this a bit better, right? Like, I feel like this is on the detective for being creepy as shit, right?
100%.
But also, when he freaks her out, that causes the darkness to come in because she's part of the evil person. So when she's upset, she can cause darkness to happen a bit.
Yep.
Or at least she can allow it. So they get taken to Darkness World, and that's where there's a monster thing.
Creepy clowns. Cannibals.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, it's Paige from Giggly Squad telling you about the 20th Century Studios' The Devil Wears Prada 2, only in theaters this Friday. 20 years after the generation-defining classic, Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, and Stanley Tucci return to the healed streets of New York and the halls of Runway magazine in its next chapter. The industry has changed, scandal dominates, and power always comes at a price. Don't miss The Devil Wears Prada 2, only in theaters this Friday. Get tickets now.
Hi, it's Danny Pellegrino from Everything Iconic, and this episode is sponsored by State Farm. I wanted to share an iconic way you can save money. Just talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
The burger place.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was, clown. That was very, I was like, okay, whatever, man.
Well, because she's at a burger place, and then when she sees it in the dark world, they're cannibals. So,
yep,
they're eating
and they're eating
people. That was stupid. That was so dumb.
It was very stupid. It was funny.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but it was very dumb.
Yeah. Anyway, he dies.
Yeah, he dies. Now, I think he dies to the cult leader, right?
Well,
we don't find about it till like the end of the film, but the monster that kills him is the same one that the cult leader turns into.
Yeah.
At the end of the film, right?
Yes. I think that there's multiple of those monsters in the games, so that's just a monster type. But I think that you're correct, and that she just turns into that, which I'm here for. I like this. I like this concept that Carrie-Anne Moss just turns into knife hands. Sure. Yeah.
But otherwise, it's just a generic monster in the games?
Yeah.
Or a specific
monster
monster
in the games?
in the games?
Okay, so in the game...
okay, it's a specific monster in the games.
It is a boss fight in the game, and then also they show up randomly at other points and you can just shoot them with a shotgun and they die. But there is a big boss fight with one of them.
Right.
So what happens in the game is you are in a shopping mall, the detective is there and is like, I gotta talk to you about your past. And you're like, no. And then you run away and you're trying to get home. And then it takes you 4 hours of game time. You go through trains, you go through random shit just to get home. You get home and your dad's dead. And you're like, fuck, my dad's dead. And then Claudia's like, I killed your dad. And then you're like, I'm gonna kill you. Where do you live? And she's like, Silent Hill. And then you're like, I'm gonna go to Silent Hill and I'm gonna kill you, Claudia. And then you fight the knife boss on the roof of your house before you go to Silent Hill. So that's what happens in the game.
Well, it's your classic, like, the first time you encounter this, it's a boss, but then later on, it's just a generic enemy. Yeah. I'm with you.
But in the movie context, I think it's her turning into this. Or she always is this, or I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
I think this is her true form, is this monster thing, right?
Yeah.
By what the movie has told me.
I really liked, though, the part where the detective guy is like, I've been hired to find you by the order. They want you. You need to run because I told them where you are. Whoops. Get out of here. Go away. Get out of here.
Thanks, detective dude. Thank you for being so helpful in this film. And he's dead.
Yeah,
well,
that doesn't happen in the game. Well, it depends on the ending you get, but he lives.
There you go.
I thought the casting for him was spot on. I really like the actor. It's such a dumb character because he's such a cliche. He's just like, I'm a detective. I've got my trench coat. I'm detective man. I hate everyone. My kid died or whatever. I'm a detective.
Well, in this film, he's an idiot, and I did not like him. He dies. He gets murked pretty badly after, like, freaking her out by stalking her like an idiot.
Yeah.
And then, she's like, oh, no. But he had, like, a picture of her in his pocket, so when the cops find his body, they're like, we need to find and question this girl. And she's like, oh, no, I gotta get out of here, dude.
I gotta leave. We're gonna go Silent Hill, save my dad.
The cops are after me, bro.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
And then she goes back home, and then, she finds out her dad's been captured.
Yeah.
And they paint, like, come to Silent Hill, which she's getting real mixed messaging, you know?
She is, yeah.
Because in her dreams, they're like, stay away from Silent Hill. Obviously, it's different people, because the cult wants her there, but the demon lady doesn't want her there.
Yeah.
And so, but then, of course, she's got to save her dad, so she's come to Silent Hill.
And then Kit Harrington's also there, and he's like, oh, you should stay here. And she's like, no, I'm not going to stay here and talk to friends on IM or on Skype. Fuck Facebook. I'm gonna go save my dad or some shit. I just like that she said fuck Facebook. I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Facebook is mentioned multiple times in this fucking film, and it's hurt.
It is.
It physically hurt me because at one point she's in class, and I hated the scene. It was the worst in the film by far.
I agree.
It's so cringy because she's a new student, so the teacher, who is a huge asshole, is like, hey, introduce yourself to the class, like, do all these things. And they look like they're fucking 17 or whatever,
Well, they are meant to be, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, they're a bit old for this sort of bullshit.
Yeah.
And so one of the mean girls in the class who never comes back, which is sad because I would have liked to see her at least die or something.
That's fair, actually.
That would have been fun.
Yeah.
Just like a sequence where she's like trapped in a cage and she gets stabbed.
Yeah, definitely.
Or something, It's just a dream sequence, but it would have been fun. Anyway, she's like mean. She's mean girl. She's like, wow, all your clothing's so cheap, lol. And so our fucking main character stands up on her soapbox and is like, I have been kicked out of all these schools. I don't want to be your friends. I'm gonna fucking not talk to any of you. You guys will never find out anything about me because I'm gonna live. And it's like, oh my God, it's the most painful cringe thing I've ever seen. And then the teacher's like, yeah, all right, that was cool. And then our next student, and I was like, what? You are the worst teacher. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty rough.
Because the teacher doesn't reprimand the bitchy, like, mean girl.
Yeah.
Nor does she reprimand the main character. The teacher just is bad.
Yeah.
And then it's like, introduce the next new kid. And the new kid, which is Jon Snow, goes like, I can't follow that. Which was very funny.
He's got good comedic timing in this movie. He has a few jokes. He does well.
I just hated his character. I don't know.
That's so fair.
His character sucks.
That's so fair.
I don't know.
Anyway, so they're like, we're going off to Silent Hill. They start to drive towards Silent Hill, and he's like, actually, nah. And then he has the whole thing where he's like, I'm the daughter of the leader of the cult and whatever, and I'm branded to take you here.
You mean the son?
Yeah, sorry, the son.
Yeah.
The son of the...
Yeah, I know, it's getting a bit confusing now. But yeah, so they have this big betrayal reveal after they have their, 10 minutes of trauma so they can become best friends.
Yeah.
And it didn't land for me because they barely know each other, and she treats it like a big betrayal and not like oh right, this makes sense as to why you were trying to be my friend, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have a freak out, but then what happens?
Then does she run away from Oh, we also get the lore dump where it's also revealed that not only is Silent Hill 2. They keep the coal mine stuff all canon, but they also say that the town was built on a Native American burial ground. They just introduced that also other random lore.
I forgot. I literally forgot they added that. What a dumb thing to just add. Is that from the games?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. That's very funny that they just add that randomly. I think it's so they can make the joke. I think that's added in so
Oh yeah, because Kit Harrington's like, you never build anything on a burial ground.
Yeah, I think that's literally just a thing they add for a 2-second joke, and that's it.
Look, it can be canon, sure, why not? I think it's hilarious if that's canon, because that's, to me, what I take that as is the writer being like, the lore doesn't make any fucking sense, let's also add this in. Which I think is very funny. But also
I thought they just added that in for the joke. And I literally forgot about it. But yes, if that's canon, sure, that's canon now.
So I think, does he tell her that... I think Vincent's like, sorry, I betrayed you. And she's like, grr. And then he's like, you need to get the other half of the seal, because she has the seal that her dad had that was used to send her back. She has that.
Yeah.
But she needs the other half of the seal, and she needs to get that from Kit Harrington's granddad, who's in the hospital. And then she can go and get her dad, which is under the amusement park.
Now, let's talk about the granddad for a bit, all right?
Yeah.
So the cultists don't like him.
Because he's too culty.
Is he? He was the leader of the cult. I'm pretty sure he was like trying to get out of the cult or something. He was like seeing the truth of the matter or something.
I think that ties into why Claudia turns into the knife hands person. I think it's because he had both of the seals.
Yes.
And then he saw the truth of the world, which is everyone's a monster, I guess?
Yes. Something like that. He's been kicked out. The cult doesn't like him and essentially have told the son, the son of the current cult leader, is like, hey, the granddad's, he's a crazy person, you know. Which is possible that he is also quite crazy. It's like, you should stay away from them. But the son, like, and the cult is good. And then the son's like, oh, actually the cult is bad. And my granddad also thinks that the cult is bad. Maybe he's good. You should go talk with him.
Yeah.
He'll know where the second half is.
For sure. It doesn't really, they've changed a lot from the game, so I can't use the game to really explain what's going on here.
Okay.
Because in the game, he's an abusive dad who's also a monster. So I don't know. I think, though, the thing of seeing the truth of the world is in the game, there is a point where Vincent, who is the bad guy, I'm not talking about him in the movie, he's like, you love killing all these, you love the bloodshed, Heather. And she's like, what, you're talking about all of the monsters that I've killed? And he's like, oh, they look like monsters to you? Anyway, and like the fan theory is that she's just killing random people in the real world, which I don't think is true. I think she has half of the seal, which means she sees the cult members as monsters. So the cult members that she's killing,
that makes sense,
are actually monsters.
Yes.
So that's why when she has the seal and she gives it to Trinity from Matrix, she turns into Knife Hands guy. Because that's what she actually is? Or is that just what Alessa thinks she looks like because Alessa thinks she's a monster?
No,
I don't know.
I think the seal is like breaking the barriers, right?
Yeah.
That's its whole thing, right? And so the barrier is like the like persona that they put on. But when you have the seal, you can see that they are actually monsters. And I think you're right. I think that makes sense that these cult members, maybe they don't even realize it themselves that they have turned into monsters. But I think, like, the world has corrupted them. Yeah. They're turning into monsters. Even the granddad is also, like, he is a monster, but he has seen that they're all turning into monsters. Like, because he has half the seal. Oh, and that makes sense. So he can also see that they're all monsters.
But also he turns into a monster.
Shit.
Oh no, he turns into a monster when she gets the seal back and she sees him for what he really is. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, kind of makes sense. Sure.
Well, I think he realized that they're all monsters, but he can't. Like, he is also a monster. Like, he knows, and he's the leader of the cult. So he had like a freak out or something.
Yeah.
At some point. Because he got these seals and was like, everyone's a monster. You know, it's not quite clear, but he had a freak out and they were like, you're crazy. We're going to put you away. Yeah.
So she sets off on her adventure towards the psychiatric hospital. Along the way, she enters the mannequin room. The mannequin room is a throwaway jump scare in the video game, and as soon as she entered a room filled with mannequins, I was like, oh, hell yeah, they're gonna do it. But I like what they did here. So in Silent Hill 2, there are bad guys which are called mannequins, which are monsters made out of mannequin legs. So they've combined the mannequin room from the third game and then the mannequin bad guy from the second game into a scene, which honestly I thought was a lot of fun, where she's being chased by a giant mannequin spider thing.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the nude body that gets turned into a mannequin.
Oh, that was sure. Why not? Like, that scene, I'm like, okay, whatever.
It was a little bit exploitative, I feel, but, you know, it was spooky. It was like, I don't know why this happened. That was fucked up. But yeah, I like the spider mannequin monster thing.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I was down with it. That was probably one of the cooler monsters we've seen, you know. Very freaky, very,
Yep.
I don't like it, you know.
Dude.
But yeah, there's like this random girl that she also bumps into around here. I don't know anything about it. Maybe she's important for the games, but she has like two... What? So this is this random person she tries to help, and then she immediately dies and just isn't important for the anything?
Nah.
Wow.
She's not anything. I think maybe that's her Silent Hill nightmare. Maybe she is just a random person who walked into Silent Hill and then got trapped in her own mannequin nightmare, and Heather's just passing through.
That's what the movie says she is, and that's all she does in the film. Why is this character fucking here?
Unclear. I don't know. She's here to get killed by a mannequin, I guess. We don't even see it on screen, though. She gets pulled off screen and killed.
She gets dragged away.
So I don't know. I don't know why she's in this.
Weird character moment. Anyway.
Whatever. This is a point where my partner had a question.
Okay.
In the world of Silent Hill, do people need to eat and poop? They can have children,
yes,
meaning that they can menstruate, but they're in a demon limbo.
Yes.
Do they still need to eat and poop? What are they eating? Where's the food?
Birds.
Oh.
Because we see them in the first one. Birds exist.
Okay.
And I think that's what the like scavenging groups, because we see in the first one the miners, right?
Yes.
Who are out in their suits looking around. I think that's what they're doing, is looking for food, right? I think they're scavenging.
Yeah. And
they literally say we've been scavenging for a long time. So I think literally they just spend their time mostly scavenging for food and stuff.
Okay.
But also there's animals, there's birds and stuff trapped here.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they eat. I definitely think they eat and poop. Because that's funny to me.
That's fair. It is pretty funny that they do that.
Imagine being caught out in the darkness while you're on the shitter.
Oh, you're like halfway through pooping, and then your toilet turns into like an orange hell version of the toilet.
Woo! And then you get a hell toilet, and you're like, God damn it, I was just trying to take a shit, man, you know?
I need to make an amendment. Last week I said that when Silent Hill turns into the hell version, it doesn't change around you. You walk through a door and it's different. In Silent Hill 3, it changes around you, so...
you were just a noob. You were just a scrub.
That's right, I was. Okay, she sees...
But that's to do with kind of like old game design as well, because...
Yeah, true, yeah.
To go through a door was a loading screen, and that made it easier for them to be like, all right, you go through the door, now we load the new environment. The new environment is hell now, you know.
No.
So I think you're valid in that.
The granddad, she has the scene. Yeah. Is there anything else to mention in the granddad scene? I liked how he was blind, and she's like, do you know where the other half of this is? And she tries to show him, and he's like, I'm blind.
And he's like,
what the fuck?
Bro, I'm blind. I can't see. I like how she clearly doesn't trust him, and obviously she shouldn't trust him, because it turns out he's just kind of very evil, which is fair. I liked how it was like pretty obvious that he was evil and that she shouldn't trust him. I like the scene because it's like clearly she shouldn't trust him and she doesn't, and that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad she doesn't trust him. And then I like that like he just has the second seal inside him. So he's like, haha, you idiot, thanks for the second up.
Yeah. I like that as well.
That was great. And I like how she's like, haha, I'm a badass now for some reason, and shoots him, but it doesn't work.
Yeah. She gets knocked out, and then while he's carrying her somewhere, she pulls the seal out of his chest, and then he dies.
Yeah, he turns into another monster, which I think is a monster from the games.
Yeah, that's a boss. He's a boss in the game, and that's the design of the boss, so yeah.
Yeah. Which is important for about 2 seconds before he gets murked.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't really like how he looked in this movie. It looked like a guy wearing a suit, so...
Yep, and he dies like a chump because he like knocks her out, picks her up, starts carrying her. She wakes up. She's like, oh, hey, look, there's the seal, and just grabs it out of his chest. I'm like, wow, he really screwed the pooch there on that one.
I'm like,
where was he taking her? Why didn't he just kill her?
Surely they cut out some other scene where he's carrying her around. Or something. I don't know, surely. Oh, and then... Oh, my God. I don't know what happened there. And then she's running through the hospital, and there's hospitalized people that are trying to grab her, and she's like, "Oh, can someone help me?" And who bloody shows up but Mr. Pee-Pee Head.
Also known as Sexy Boy.
Yeah, with his big sword.
Sexy Boy, Pyramid Head, comes through, and the sword looked like an axe almost in this one to me.
Yeah.
For this scene specifically, it looked like an axe,
Yeah.
and I wondered if that was one of the things.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's chopping up the arms of the people as he's going past, which was funny because they keep sticking their arms out and they keep getting chopped off, and I'm like, what a dumb idiots.
Yeah.
But also, is he trying to help her, or...
Well...
I thought he was trying to kill her? But it's revealed later on that he's kind of helping her.
Well, because in the first movie, he's...
a bad guy.
He's ordered around by Dahlia and Alessa.
Yes.
And so I guess because she's here, she is Alessa, and he's like, I will protect you because I am Alessa's protector.
I thought he was just trying to kill her at this stage, but, like, knowing the ending of this film, it's very unclear as to his motives because of the end of this film.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair. No, valid, absolutely. All right, so yeah, he chops some arms and then wanders off, and then what happens?
Jon Snow's been taken into a room. So the cult's like, Jon Snow, you betrayed us.
That's right.
We're going to put you in the hospital for some reason. To brainwash you? Unclear. A bunch of random cult goons take him into a room with nurses, and then they all die from the nurses. And I'm like, what the fuck did you expect?
They are the dumbest goons in any movie we've ever seen. They like, we're going to take you to the hospital full of those dangerous nurse things. There's some dangerous nurse things here. Hey, get back, you silly nurses. What a silly bunch. And they get die. It's like, yeah, what did they expect? Like, what?
It's like if you were in Doctor Who and you're like, oh man, that room right there is really dangerous because there's a bunch of weeping angels in that room.
Yeah.
So be careful because we're going to enter the room with the weeping angels. And then you open the door. And then you're like, look at those weeping angels. And then you turn to your friend and you're like, look at those weeping angels. Oh, shit, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Because you're not meant to not look away from them, even though they knew that.
It feels like...
Like, what?
Did they like, just get a couple of goons that didn't know how dangerous these things were and purposely send them in so they would die and just get...
Maybe.
But, like, that doesn't make sense as to why they just wouldn't kill Jon Snow. I just think it's really weird and dumb.
I think it's just a reason to put nurses in the movie. Which, honestly, sure, like, I like the action scene that then happens with the nurses. I think it's fine. She comes in and rescues him or whatever, and they run away, but... the nurse sound effects, so dumb.
It's very funny. Yeah, that was pretty funny. It was pretty stupid.
But yeah, they get the award of the dumbest goons ever on the show.
Absolutely. They got murked so easily it was embarrassing. I was like, wow. That is the suckiest death. They just really cocked it. Anyway.
Off to the theme park.
Ooh, yes.
Which she has deja vu from the start of the film, which is cool. She goes to the carousel, and the carousel is being controlled by Pyramid Head. It's very stupid. Very dumb.
Is that in the game?
No, he's not in the game.
No. Okay, oh, right, of course, yeah. So it's just, Pyramid Head's just controlling the merry-go-round.
Yeah.
I think Jon Snow does a like a sacrificey thing.
Oh, causes a distraction.
Yeah, so he causes a distraction and runs off. And I'm like, great, that was well deserved. And so, then she's on the carousel and Alessa shows up?
Yeah, Alessa shows up and is like, I told you to stay away from here. You're meant to be the good part of me that doesn't get involved in all this dark shit I'm doing.
Yeah, but don't worry, they hug it out. And
become one.
That's the climax. One of the climax of the movie is that the two, the character and the antagonist, they just hug for a bit and the music swells.
Yep. I guess they merge. I
was laughing so hard. I'm like, they're literally just hugging. And then they're dramatic and it like zooms out and it's like spinning. I'm like, The epic battle they have is just like they're hugging aggressively. This was also very Dark Phoenix. By the way,
it was extremely so. Yeah.
As we recently watched Dark Phoenix on the Patreon, you can go check it out.
Go check it out right now.
But literally in that movie, the bad guy and them hug it out as well, swapping power. It's literally the same thing, and it's bad in both of them.
Yeah, it's pretty anticlimactic. Well, because Alessa isn't the bad guy. She's just the demon who's... But also, wasn't she a demon in the first one? She says, I'm known by many names because I'm a demon?
Well, no, she doesn't say she's a demon, Sandro.
True, she just says she's
known. Extrapolated.
That's true.
She's known by many names. And multiple people... Not only... Some people can also be known by many names. In fact, the main character in this film is known by many names.
Heather, Sharon, Alessa, Cheryl.
Yeah. So maybe that's alluding to that.
Maybe. Oh, I did like, though, how she was like, many people have different nightmares in Silent Hill. I created their nightmare. Me being like, she's the creator of the cult's nightmare in Silent Hill.
Yeah.
But other random people might have their own mannequin nightmare where they die off screen.
Yeah.
Anyway, she goes down to the cult, and I like that Sean Bean's just tied up to a statue. It's very funny.
Yeah, he doesn't get to do much in this film, and I think that's possibly by his design.
Yeah, I reckon.
And yeah, so she shows up, she gives the seal, she just hands over the seal to the cult leader, which forces her true form to be revealed.
Yeah.
Which freaks all the other cultists out, so they leave.
Yeah.
And then, the cultist leader tries to kill him because she's a monster. And then Pyramid Head shows up.
Yep.
And starts fighting this other monster. And I'm like, why?
Because Heather is now Alessa.
Yes, correct.
And so he protects her.
Yep.
I guess.
I think.
And kills the cult leader.
She controls him?
Yeah.
Yep.
But also now that the cult leader...
It's cool. It's a cool fight.
Looked...
Yeah.
Yeah. It
was bad.
The CGI was... The practical effects...
It was a little rough.
...of the actors was good. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a bit rough, though.
The CGI of him cutting off her head and then it 3D affecting at the audience was kind of stupid, but well, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But now, because the cult leader's dead and all the cult are like, and also because Heather consumed Alessa, that means that Alessa no longer exists, and so the nightmare starts to end, and the ash begins to disappear. The fog stays, but the ash is gone because the coal mine hell world no longer exists or something. And so she's ended the nightmare, and the cult have gone to hell or whatever. And it doesn't seem like she's too affected by having Alessa inside her. She's not really affected by the merge at all, so... That's
the bit that I was really annoyed with, because apparently they're merged together, but that hasn't changed her in any way, shape, or form.
Nah.
I wish it was maybe it was a latent thing now, and now it's but we don't get anything of that.
No.
And they just kind of leave. Sean Bean stays, though, because he's like, I'm going to be with my wife now, because only you two can get sent back or something. I don't know. Or he just chooses to stay with his wife, which is fair enough, you know?
So I thought that was a reference to... So Silent Hill 2 is you're finding your wife, who you think is dead.
Yep.
You're like, my dead wife, I'm going to go find her in Silent Hill. So I think it's a reference to that. He's like, I'm going to go find my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that ending for his character, though, because why not?
It makes sense, right? He's now in the realm with his wife, and he knows the wife is here somewhere, so he's like, I'm going to go find her. And I was like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
He can never get out, though, because she has both halves of the seal, or the seal's destroyed, or something.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
He chooses to be trapped with his wife, and I think that's fine.
I think that's cool.
But as you said, the realm is going away, Sandro, right? It's gone. It's done.
It's gone forever.
It's dead. Oh, except that it's creeping in from the fog.
You want me to go over all the random cameos at the end of the movie? Because fucking hell.
Yeah, so they get out, and there's a truck driver?
Yep. And he's like, well, At first, I was like, it's just a random truck driver. But then he's like, my name is Travis Grady, and I haven't been in these parts of town for a while. And I was like, this is a cameo of something. So I looked it up. He's the main character of Silent Hill Origins, which is apparently good. I might play it, I don't know. But he's the main character of that. And I'm like, okay, they're trying to set that up. And then we see a bunch of prison cars and a prisoner transport vehicle go into Silent Hill, and then the fog returns.
Yep.
Which is a reference to Silent Hill Downpour, a game that no one likes that came out the same year as this movie.
Ooh.
So I think they're just being like, the game, go play the game.
Yeah. It's a reference to the game that just came out. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, just a bunch of cameos at the end for no real reason, but whatever. They're out, though. Heather and Jon Snow can now go live their lives.
Those lovebirds.
It's fine. This movie's fine. Do you have anything else to say about it?
No, I think we've got over it. It's a bit confusing. It's a bit bad because the problem is they're trying to repair all the damage that the first one did, and it harms this movie more than it fixes the first movie. You know, it's just a bit rough. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I think it's bad. You had a better time because they at least tried to fix the things, which I think is definitely something you can commend.
I also think I'm able to accept this as a trash horror film more than the first one. It didn't make me as angry.
This definitely has the, like, sort of trashy vibes.
Yeah.
I just was not in the mood for it after Dark Phoenix to watch something really trashy,
Yeah, that's fair.
So that didn't help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, no, this is the best movie ever, and it's way better than anyone else says. And if you think the first one is good and better than this, then I think you're wrong and dumb and don't understand.
Well, maybe we can find out that shortly.
Oh, no, I'm worried.
Hi, it's Danny Pellegrino from Everything Iconic, and this episode is sponsored by State Farm. I wanted to share an iconic way you can save money. Just talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hi everyone, it's Paige from Giggly Squad telling you about the 20th Century Studios' The Devil Wears Prada 2, only in theaters this Friday. 20 years after the generation-defining classic, Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, and Stanley Tucci return to the healed streets of New York and the halls of Runway magazine in its next chapter. The industry has changed, scandal dominates, and power always comes at a price. Don't miss The Devil Wears Prada 2, only in theaters this Friday. Get tickets now.
We know life is busy. That's why saving money should be effortless. With Atlantic Union Bank's Roundup Savings, every time you use your debit card, your purchase rounds up to the nearest dollar and automatically goes into savings. So whether you're grabbing coffee, filling the tank, or picking up groceries, you're saving without even thinking about it. It's just one of the ways Atlantic Union Bank makes managing your money easy. Learn more at atlanticunionbank.com or stop by a branch today. Atlantic Union Bank. Any way you bank.
All right, Sandro.
That's me.
It's time for Ranking Review Rumble.
Pew, pew, pew.
The game from your nightmares.
Oh, that's scary. I don't
This
want
is
that.
your personal hell. Your personal hell is doing the game that Zach has made up for the umpteenth time at the end of the podcast because it takes too long and it stretches the run time. And I have 1,000 different reviews this week, and it's going to take 1 billion years.
That's such a long time.
Yeah, but for the audience, I'm just going to do the top 5.
Okay, sure. All
but
right.
then after the podcast, you're going to have to do 1,000 years
No,
more of it.
I'll be trapped here forever. In the mist world.
Yeah, you can't see it
Fog.
because it's a podcast, but there's mist and ash everywhere at the moment.
There is. Yeah, there is.
All right, the way this works is I've gotten reviews from this movie from several review sites, and I also wrote one myself.
Oh.
So there's Common Sense Media, Letterboxd, Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb is the places that I have reviewed. And so I'm going to read out a review. You will have to guess which side it's from.
Okay, all right.
You can also guess the scores. The scores are there. You can guess them.
Yeah, that's how probably. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, that's how the game works.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Have you said what the platforms are?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
I did just say what all the platforms
Just
were,
wanted to make sure that you said the
me.
platforms, because sometimes if you only say them once, people will be like, you didn't say them, because
okay.
Well,
I won't say again because I already said it. I won't say that it's me, Common Sense Media, Letterboxd, Rotten Tomatoes, and IMDb, because I already said that, Sandro.
You did already say that it was you, Common Sense Media, Letterboxd, Rotten Tomatoes, and IMDb. So we don't need to reiterate that for anyone who didn't pay attention to the fact that it was you, Common Sense Media, Letterboxd, Rotten Tomatoes, and IMDb.
The first review, and I've changed the usernames for all these to make it less obvious.
Oh, you changed the usernames. Good.
Yep. Don't you quite done?
This is how the movie was written, by the way.
It's by Slenderman.
Oh,
the first review is by Slenderman.
Slenderman.
Yeah, Slenderman says, what?
Oh.
That's the whole review.
God, that could be anything.
Yep.
Could be a review title on IMDb.
Yep.
But I'm going to say it's a 1-star review on Letterboxd.
Ooh. Unfortunately, not from Letterboxd.
Oh.
And it's 0.5.
Damn, real low. All right, fair enough.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you don't get a point for that one. Freddy Fazbear says,
what the hell?
Should have been called Silent Snooze.
Oh, that's a sassy review.
Mm.
Should have been called Silent Snooze. I don't know, because all of the loudness would have woken you up, because this movie, just like the first one, is way too loud. Had to ride that volume the whole time. Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, actually, could be Letterboxd again. And I do have a high chance if I guess Letterboxd. Should be called Silent Snooze.
I think someone's going on a loss streak.
Oh, this is hard. This one's hard. 1.5 stars from Rotten Tomatoes. Why not?
All right. Unfortunately, it was not Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay, I'm still lost.
Should have been called Silent Snooze, and it was 1 out of 5.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I need to lower my rankings.
I think, this is an interesting game. I'm going to have to figure out how to not make it a loss streak, because it's like you either get all of them right, because it becomes easier the more you get them right, or it is just hard the whole way through. I think the first one's always going to be the hardest.
Oh, the first one is usually the hardest, definitely.
Right, okay. I'm going to see maybe if I can tweak some of this to make it a bit easier if you fuck it up.
I like it being hard, because it's funny. Next.
Well, no hints then. The next review is by Mr. X. Who says, haven't seen it, but looks intense.
I love it. Oh, that's funny. Common Sense Media.
Ooh.
It's my thoughts. My thoughts being...
Well, that's bold.
It's someone just on Common Sense Media going from page to page, being like, this looks like it's good for kids. Comes across this. Nah, this is too intense. Looks intense for kids.
They
haven't seen it, so they shouldn't rate it. But if they do rate it, it might be 1.
Wow, you got them both correct.
Yeah!
Wow, it's from Common Sense Media. Your logic was actually spot on.
Yeah!
And it is 1 out of 5.
Nice.
Well done. That was impressive.
That was good.
I'm color be impressed. I did not think you were going to get that one.
Hell yeah.
Haven't seen it, but looks intense. I just thought that was really funny.
That is a very funny review.
Classic. All right. The next review is by Lady Demetris.
Lady Demetris. Yeah.
That's the one.
Big, stompy fly vampire lady.
Wish she'd stop. She says, get in, loser. We're going to Silent Hill. Capital exclamation mark. Smiling heart emoji. Butterfly, star, rainbow, bow.
What?
Teddy bear, balloon, love heart letter, sparkle emoji.
What the hell?
So it's get in, loser. We're going to Silent Hill, exclamation mark. Then a whole bunch of emojis. It's like a smiling face surrounded by love hearts, butterfly, star, rainbow, bow, teddy bear, balloon, letter with a heart, and sparkle.
That's so many emojis, which would usually make me think Rotten Tomatoes, but Get In Loser is a reference to something, which makes me think Letterboxd, so I'm going to say...
Ooh.
I'm going to say Letterboxd, and I'm going to say it's a 4, because I think it's positive because of the emojis.
Oh, wow, that was really close. It was 3 out of 5, so it's definitely a lot more positive than every other review so far. So you did well on that. Okay. And it was from Letterboxd. All right. So you got that right.
Nice.
Well
good.
done.
That's good.
Yeah. I saw the emojis and I was like, yep, that's going
That's
in.
a good one. That's a good review. I would have thought it was Rotten Tomatoes any other week.
Yeah.
So that would have definitely thrown me.
You done well. You done well. You brought it back.
Yeah.
You know, your first twos were misses. But you brought it back a bit. All right. So I got Slenderman, Freddy Fazbear, Mr. X, Lady Demastru, whatever her name is.
Yep.
What do you think the last one is, Sandro?
Garfield. From the famous game Garfield Furious Racing.
That would have been better. Or is it? Because it's Mr. Bison. Because they're all kind of like villains from their franchises, right?
That.
Makes sense. All from horror franchises. Mr. Bison says, effects hold up to the high standards set by the first film, but everything else falls flat. I'd rather try shitting into a ceiling fan than watch that again. That would at least be interesting.
Oh,
yeah.
This is hard because I have
it's the last review.
Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, and you.
And me, yes.
I don't think it's you.
Ooh.
But I also don't know which one of these would have been you. Maybe the silent snooze one was you.
You did get that one wrong.
I don't think this one's you. This one is IMDb. No, Rotten Tomatoes. I'm going to say Rotten Tomatoes.
Ooh, why not IMDb though?
Too long. Too long for a review title. Or not long enough for IMDb. Because IMDb reviews are really long, and Rotten Tomatoes still does jokes sometimes, so I'm going to go Rotten Tomatoes.
And you would be correct.
Woo!
It's Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, what did they rate it?
1.
It was 1.
Yeah!
Whoa! Big redemption arc for Sandro. Wow.
Let's go.
You did poorly at first, but you cleaned up afterward. I was like, man, I need to make this easier. Bro's an idiot. And then you were like, nah, watch this. Fucking turned it up.
Hold my Xbox controller.
Hell yeah. What are you, a rich billionaire in a submarine? All right, so...
Nice.
So the first two, which you missed out on,
yeah.
Obviously one of them's IMDb,
yeah.
and one of them's me. The first one was me.
Oh my God.
I said, what?
That makes sense, though. As soon as you said that, I was like, well, that sounds like Zach's opinion, but I was also like, it's the first review, so surely not.
I did give it 0.5, but maybe I was a bit harsh. Could be a 1.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll give it a 1.
That's fair.
Yeah, and then the should it be called Silent Snooze was actually IMDb. There you go.
Okay, all right, wow.
So well done.
Okay.
I'm impressed. Color me impressed.
Well, speaking of impressed, I'm impressed that you finished the movie, but I'm also impressed that our audience has gotten to the end of the episode. Good work.
Yeah.
Woo!
Well done. Give yourself a pat on the back and a gold star.
Thank you so much for listening, especially if you were expecting a hate-filled review from one of us of this one. Well, you kind of got it from Zach, but
You got it from me. I didn't. I'm not huge on this one, I'm going to be honest.
That's very fair. Well, that is the episode, though. Thanks so much for listening. If you want to help out the show, tell a friend who likes Silent Hill. Be like, these guys hate this movie. Then they'll be pissed off at me. Drop comments about how much you don't think I'm right in the comments, or comments saying how correct Zach is. On YouTube, you can review us on fucking Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Or tell us how both our opinions are all equally bad.
What would be the middle one, then? What's the middle, the third? This is the best movie ever. That's probably what the other one would be.
That's it. There it is.
If you got some extra money, though, and you want to spend it on something that isn't anything else, patreon.com/oldie-buddy-goodie-pod. You can get ad-free early episodes and bonus episodes. Zach, we've been talking about it all week. We recorded it. It came out last week. Our review of X-Men Dark Phoenix. The final X-Men movie.
I definitely think that's a movie that we saw, and I have great opinions about it. Ignore the other things I've said during this episode. I actually enjoyed it a lot. Enjoyed it a lot. It's the best movie ever, and you should listen to that opinion on the Patreon.
Yeah, it's a fun, but it's a fun series. And if you subscribe for however much it is a month, $3 or whatever, you get the whole series. You can have listen to all of it, which is good. Also, it's not the final episode because the New Mutants is next month. But this was the final movie though, so New Mutants it's a different thing. But anyway.
But you can listen to other things on that, like the Evil Dead series. We did that. We talked about that a little in this. And I think that's a better horror franchise.
Oh, yeah.
So,
even Friday the 13th, I'd say, is probably a better horror franchise. We did all those as well.
Yeah.
But pretty fun times. Anyway, Zach. Also, go to Patreon as well. Coming up is Zach's month and then my month, where we spend a whole month. Because usually we go back and forth, but we've gone back and forth with trilogies, so we haven't been doing that recently. But usually, we go back and forth picking movies. But for the next 2 months, for June and July, I think, on the show, we are controlling the month. We're going to have a Zach 4 movies in a row, me 4 movies in a row. And if you want to be a part of the picking process, I believe that's already started over at Patreon now. You don't have to pay anything for that. Just join for free and you can vote in those polls. I think that's either starting this week or it's already started. I don't know, but because we record these a bit before they come out. But I'm very excited to see what Zach has planned for this year's month of his. Because last one, you had a really good run. Aside from Cats and Dogs, you had a really good run there.
That was the only good one I think I did. I think that was pretty good. But no, it should be fun. I have a few ideas right now. And I think you're going to enjoy some of it.
Okay. I like that. I'm a fan of enjoying some of things.
I think it's going to be different yet similar.
Oh, very exciting. Well, that's happening next month, but go vote on Patreon if you want.
Yeah.
All right, next week, Silent Hill Revelation bombed, and so they didn't make another one until earlier this year.
Whoa!
What? Dumped in January.
Oh no.
Well, actually,
I don't like how you said that.
Technically, it's an independent film. It was the writer, the director of the first one was like, I'm going to return to the franchise, and he wrote and directed an adaptation of Silent Hill 2, which he wanted to do all along. And he made it, and it's low budget and semi-independent. It's not attached to any big studio. So anyway, he put it out in January and everyone hated it, but I'm excited to review it.
Oh, that's a shame. Look, I like that the director really likes this franchise and wants to make a movie out of it. It seems a shame that like every time he does, it just doesn't work out. Like they just haven't done it. It is a bit sad in that way. Yeah. Like I think we all wish it would just be good, but yeah. Oh, well.
I'm very excited to see how this movie plays. Maybe we'll like it. Maybe we'll go against the grain. Maybe you'll like it because you've got no idea what it's based on. So who knows?
Yeah. Who knows?
But we'll do that next week, returning to Silent Hill with Return to Silent Hill. But I needed a connection between these movies. So I used Ghost Town between 1 and 2. Yeah. But between 3 and 4, Zach, what's in the Ghost Town? I like location.
Cultists.
Actually, I could do cults.
Oh, yeah. Locations. This church?
I could do church.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know if the church is going to be a hospital.
Yeah, there probably will be a hospital in the next one, knowing the game. Yeah. Cultists, though, I'm not entirely sure. I feel like it's a safer bet to instead go for not a location, but something else that's in the town. This is always there. Always around.
Pyramid Head?
Yeah. I was thinking something that more envelops the town. Something that is on screen. My connection is
You're
fog.
Talking about the road sign. Fog.
My connection is fog for the next 2 movies.
Just
fog.
Very good.
They're foggy movies.
Yeah, just fog.
Yeah.
I was going to say the sign that says "Welcome to Silent Hill." That's always
contains a sign that says "Welcome to Silent Hill." That's funny. Yeah. That's funny. That's a good one.
No, but fog makes more sense.
Yeah, fog. What's your favorite sort of fog? Do you enjoy a good fog?
There has been one time, now this is going to be a side tangent just before the show ends, but like there was one time I was going home at like 3 a.m. with Jack.
Jack from the podcast, Jack McGorlick.
Yes.
Friend of the show.
Exactly, yes. And I think we had recorded or we had been at something in the city, but he lived nearby, so he was driving us home, and we got in, like, Silent Hill level fog.
Whoa.
It was genuinely concerning, because he was like, I'm going to have to slow down. This is, like, really thick. And I was like, yeah, please do. Because we could not see, like, 2 cars' legs in front. And all you could see is, like, the red lights. Anyway, we nearly got home to our place, and there was a drunk driver on the road who was swerving all over the place and nearly crashed.
That does sound like you entered Silent Hill.
Yeah, and so we called the cops, being like, hey, there's a guy on the road, like, careering around.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was fun. That was a good time. I remember we listened to music on the way home, and we talked about music. That was a good time.
That's pretty good. That's pretty cool. That's pretty fun. How about that? Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you think we hit another mid-roll, lad? Do you think we...
I don't know. That's not really a joke to end the... that sounds like that was... No.
So, Sandro, you're struggling to get a joke, huh?
Yeah.
Sounds like your brain's a bit foggy.